Hello, Old Outdoor Broad here, and this is part two of the saga of the cochlear implant. Let me catch you up. This is week three of my recovery from the surgery. So I did have the implant surgery done. So I want to talk a little bit about what the recovery was like. So if this is something that may be in your future, you'll know what to expect. The surgery went fine. For me, I had it as outpatient surgery, so that was nice. I did not have a lot of pain. They do prescribe a strong painkiller. I imagine that varies from person to person, but for me, I didn't have a lot of pain, and I didn't expect that. That's very typical for me. Any pain I did have, I was able to manage with Tylenol, and I did that at night. The issue was sleeping. Now, what happens is when you first get out of surgery, you have this big cup that's stuffed full of gauze and whatnot over your ear. Because obviously it's going to itch, it's going to hurt, and you can't be, incidentally poking at it, and you certainly can't sleep on it that first night. So you have this big thing with this band around your head. So the first night was rocky. The Tylenol handled any pain, and you're either on your back or, in my case, the implant's on my right side, so I'm sleeping on my left. So not a lot of options. And then, of course, you're laying around a lot anyway because they just drilled a hole in your head and really hurt my back. Ironically, my back was almost more of a problem that first night than my ear. That cup stays on for 24 hours and then you can take it off. So I took it off the next morning, took all the gauze and whatnot out. I didn't have anything coming out of my ear. I never had any drainage from my ear. And that's how I went forward. It was probably about 4 nights that I took Tylenol before I went to bed, and that was enough to manage the pain. And the first night without that cup, I was actually able to sleep very gently on my right side. The big issue was rolling over. I didn't want to, drag it along the pillow or anything. So when I kind of roused and felt like I wanted to shift position, if I were going to my right side, it was kind of lift yourself up and gently lower yourself back down. Grogginess and whatnot. I relaxed my routines, my playing golf, my little stretching and weight routine that I do during the week. I didn't do any of that the first week. And then about mid into the second week, I felt like playing golf and started doing at least some mild stretches. For me, the biggest post-operative recovery hurdle was dizziness. And the first couple mornings, I would look at my phone sitting there in the charger because it's my clock, right? So I'm laying in bed and I'm looking over at my phone and I couldn't fix on it. It was spinning. And then I kind of look up around and everything was spinning. And the downside of this is it made me not want to get out of bed because I knew what was going to happen when I got out of bed. I was going to need to touch the walls and it was going to be an adjustment period. But that kind of dizziness only lasted a couple mornings. After that, it became a wooziness, like you're on a boat and you're trying to steady yourself. That's how it felt. You're on some mild motion, and it's just a matter of steadying yourself. There was fluid. Again, nothing ever came out of my ear, but I had a lot of drainage down the back of my throat. And a couple times in coughing some of that up, there was a little orange tint to it. And the same with nose blowing. The directions you're going to get are going to tell you can blow your nose just really gently, follow that. You can't just blow, like you're normal and you have a cold. So blow really gently. And I believe that fluid was normal, probably a little blood, maybe some other fluid that's involved, but there wasn't a lot. I would say if there's a lot, you're getting a lot of that post-surgery, I would definitely call your doctor. But that happened a couple times. So that's what's causing that wooziness. It's the fluids, because fluids for me seem to be a big post-operative effect. And I imagine the other contributor to that is swelling. My ear is still a little numb. It isn't totally back to full feeling, but it's been numb. And of course, I could feel the swelling around the surgery area. So I knew there was still swelling. But that said, this is week 3, and hopefully you can see I'm feeling pretty good. I've started this week my full stretching and weight routine, and I am playing golf. I played golf this morning, and I was a little woozy looking down, but it wasn't something I couldn't deal with. And once I was looking up and walking and, of course, riding in the cart and sitting and waiting and whatnot, I felt just fine. So that's where we are. In a few days, I will go back and actually have the cyborg stuff, the equipment put on and turned up. And when I get used to that and have some more to report, I will definitely share that with you. But wanted to let you know everything is okay. The recovery isn't bad. And again, continuing to encourage people, if they have hearing issues and you think you might qualify, find out and see what you can do to improve your hearing, because perception of all types is really, really important. That's it for today from the Old Outdoor Broad. Have a great rest of time wherever you are, whenever you see this. And as I said last time, I will be hearing you in the old outdoors. Thanks for watching.